And he's like, I'm gonna need you to like take your sweater off and show me your tattoos. Hello, it is 5:45 a.m. I'm in a Tesla on the way to the airport, and it's time to move into our new LA home. But first, we are going to Portland, Oregon, where my mom can attest, and for some reason, I've wanted to go for like 10 years now. And finally I'm going. It's just for 2 days, but I am meeting some very special friends who up until now have only been internet girlies. And we're gonna meet in real life and have some fun, so come with me. Okay, so we safely made it onto the plane, but oh my god, do I have a story to tell you. When we get to the hotel, I'm gonna tell you guys, it was wild. First time experience for me. And to still have first time experiences at the airport when I've traveled so much, you know it's good. Also, don't let my puffer vest fool you. It is June. I am not pre-filming this. It is June. But Portland is chilly and rainy. I don't dress for the season, I dress for the weather. And the weather is calling for puffer.
Here we're seeing some B-roll out the car window of Portland. It's very green, very beautiful, very foresty. It's an overcast day. The buildings are all so colorful and eclectic. It's giving 90s movie 12-year-old summertime vibes.
Hello and welcome to Portland, Oregon. We have made it. We are running on 4 hours of sleep, though my mom napped on the plane and just took a nap. I have stayed awake the whole time, and she's like, I'm
tired.
I haven't napped. She's like a little moany baby.
I'm tired.
We had like 2 really crazy hectic days getting ready to come because of course, like, you know, we're moving, so that's a lot goes into that. So yes, anyways, we've made it safe and sound, though wild trip. Crazy things happened. I will get into it, but first I want to show you some fun little things. You might have noticed this mask that I was wearing. It has Braille on the top of it. This is made by a small business. I will link their Instagram down below. I cannot think of the name right now, but in Braille, and it's tactile and it's like correct size, like it is true to size Braille. It says AMI Fashion Dis. AMI is Accessible Media Inc. They're a TV station that makes accessible media. And Fashion Dis is one of their TV shows. So they sent it to me as a promo and a t-shirt for it as well, from the same small company. And I'm like obsessed with it. It's so stinking cool. So I knew some people would spot the Braille on this and ask. So I want to show you that. Also, I am going to do my makeup with you. Big bag of makeup. And tell you the story. But first I want to show you, like I said, some things. So this is so cool. I recently picked this up from Free People. But I'm sure they sell it other places. I will try to link it down below. But I got 3. I got 1 for myself and I got 2 as gifts for people. I got pastel pink for me because obviously, of course I did. It's a reusable, collapsible silicone water bottle because I always like to travel with reusable water bottles. But when I just travel with like a little tiny carry-on backpack, it just takes up so much room with like my headphone case and all my other stuff. So I found this and I was like, perfection. So it has a clip, so I just clip it to the outside of my bag, and you take off the metal lid, and boom, it's like a full-size water bottle, and then you just push it down, and it collapses. It's so stinking cool. I am so obsessed. Check this out if you're in the market. It's so fun. And this is my first trip I'm taking her on. I think it's cool. Anyways, also, in other news, I got my new cane. My other cane was just like really battered and bruised. Like she needed an upgrade. All of the paint was all starting to chip. Not even just from the red on the bottom, like from the whole cane. I don't know what I did to that thing, but I destroyed it. And I wasn't expecting to have to use a cane anytime soon again, so I didn't have like a new fresh one, so I just picked this one up yesterday. It is 46 inches. Do you know what material this one's made of, Mom? Is it aluminum?
I'm not sure.
I don't know what it's made of, but it is a rolling marshmallow tip, and I've never actually had one of these other than on the end of my WeWalk cane, but I've never had it on the end of just a normal cane. I've always just had a marshmallow tip or the OmniSense tip with the wheels, but I really like this tip so far. I see why so many blind people use this. So this will sadly be my friend for the next little bit while Ben is recovering. If you don't know, Ben is sick and he cannot work right now. He is getting the care that he needs in the best place for him right now. And I will not be seeing him for a few weeks, and it's really hard for me, so I don't really want to talk about it. And please don't ask how he's doing. I will update you when I know and when I'm ready, because it's just really emotional for me. And as you can imagine, like, I'm just trying to distract myself, and it's really hard to distract yourself when everybody keeps asking you about it. So if you guys could please respect that and not ask, but please, please, please send prayers for a speedy and full recovery so that he can get back to working, because I miss him so much. I'm gonna talk a little bit about how I've been feeling. Like, today was my first day using the cane all day in a busy environment, and I have many thoughts. But let's get into the makeup and into what happened at the airport. So the airport was crazy. We got there at like, we left at 5:45 a.m. and we got there at like 6:15, 6:10, and it was so busy. We waited a really long time to check in. All my lip products are on the top, so I have to pull out all my lip products. Ooh, I've never tried this primer. It is the Milk Hydro Grip. I've heard so much about this primer, so I'm really excited. I just got a sample size. I think I got it at the Runway of Dreams event, so I haven't tried it. Ooh, I like this. It like goes into the skin really nicely, and it has like a bit of that tacky feeling, so I can tell that like makeup's gonna really stick to it. I'm just doing a powder foundation, so I'm gonna put my concealer on first. Actually, I'm gonna put this Milk water. I haven't used this either. This is mostly new makeup because it's the makeup I'm just gonna leave in LA, and I've ordered some makeup to LA, so that way I can just like not have to bring as much. So I don't actually have any liquid foundation with me because I ordered it to LA. So I am just doing powder foundation for the next few days until I'm in LA and get that liquid foundation. But I ordered the It Cosmetics CC cream, in case you're wondering, because that has been my go-to as of late. Anyways, so we go through security, that was fine, whatever, and then we get to the border. This is where things got interesting. So I'm on an O1 visa. It's a very unique visa. It's a very rare visa. It's not very common, so it is not uncommon that I run into scenarios where guards are like very surprised by it. They've never seen one before, or they just don't get them very often, especially if they're maybe new to the job. So I can tell she's struggling, the guard we got, and wasn't really sure what she was doing. It was taking a very long time, and she kept like trying to rescan my face. She took my fingerprints on all of my fingers on both hands, and then finally was like, I don't know why, but I can't process you. And I was like, well, that's concerning. Never had that happen before. I'm on my second O1 visa, so my first renewal. I'm 5 years into an O1. So I've been through the border many times with my O1, because you guys know I've traveled a lot, and this in particular has never happened. I have been pulled aside into secondary a lot, but never because like they can't process me. So I'm not sure what to think, but like obviously I know I'm all good. Like I don't have anything to fear. I'm on like a legal visa and whatnot. So I'm sitting back there in secondary, just, you know, swinging my legs, waiting. Actually, I do have this skin tint with me, but it might be too dark for me. I think it's gonna be too dark. I'm gonna keep looking for my concealer. This is why I have my makeup so organized. It's so hard to find stuff in here. So we're back in secondary, and this guy comes over after a while, and he's like, Molly, and I was like, yeah. He's like, I'm just watching you on YouTube. And I was like, great. Like usually when you go into secondary, part of it is they're confirming you are who you say you are. So they usually do look me up on social media to see that I am in fact a social media content creator. So he's like, oh, I was just watching you on YouTube. And I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, oh, like your apartment reno? And I was like, yeah. And we like chit-chatted for a little bit. Where the heck is the concealer I want?
Could I help?
Well, it probably feels...
That's one. Oh, good.
We got there. Ooh, actually, you know what? Maybe I should just do the other one. Maybe I should do the lighter coverage one. He's like, so here's the deal. I'm gonna need another form of ID. So I pull out another form of ID. Like, he obviously has my passport already. And then he's like, do you have another one? So I pull out another one. And he's like, so our like facial recognition software can't recognize your face. It like wasn't scanning your face. And I was like, And so he's like, I have to verify somehow that you are who you say you are in that passport and that you are actually like Molly Burke. Okay, so your hair has obviously changed. My passport is a 10-year passport and I've had it for 8 years. So it's from the photo is from when I was 20. And that is like, I guess the problem with 10-year passports is like you do change a lot in 10 years. And he's like, so your hair has obviously changed. And I was like, yeah, but actually I had front bangs back then. So if anything, in the last 8 years, I look most similar to myself then. Now, like this hair is the most similar to that hair because I have front bangs like I did then. He's like, did you lose weight? And frankly, no, I'm about the same size as I was at 20, but I like have lost weight 2 years ago. So I was like, yeah, I lost about 20 pounds 2 years ago. And he was like, okay. And he's like, I'm gonna need you to like take your sweater off and show me your tattoos. So I had to like show him my tattoos because he's like, I saw them in your video, so can you show them to me on your body? And I was like, okay. So I like show him my tattoos and he's like, okay. He goes back and like does some more stuff and ends up letting me through, but I've never had to like prove that I am me. Wasn't it so weird, Mom?
Yes, it was so weird. He was really nice.
He was super nice about it.
It was so weird in that room because they're never like that. And he came out from behind the counter to where we were sitting.
Yeah, he didn't make me go to the desk.
He was so nice. Like, he was so funny.
It's just like such a weird thing. Like, I've never...
This is very strange, but very nice.
I've never felt more famous. I was like, maybe I am famous. They think somebody would impersonate me. Like, so that happened. Then we just grabbed some food, got on, and we had somebody. We didn't ask for an escort when we landed in Portland, but they like sent one anyway. So we were like, okay, great. So we took the escort, and he asks me, he's also super nice, and he goes, so do you like feel faces? And I was like, no, we don't do that. And he was like, oh, just the movies. And I was like, yeah, that's the movies. He was like, oh, okay. So thank God he didn't make me feel his face because that would have been really uncomfortable. Yeah, so that was the journey to get here. And honestly, I am like really struggling to use the cane. I admire full-time cane users. As you guys know, I always say like some people are guide dog users, some people are cane users, some people are happy to do both. I am a guide dog user. And I just, even though I have the skills, like I had to have the skills to get the dog, especially at a young age, you have to have like extra good skills. But I've been a guide dog user for 15 years, like from 13 onwards. I have been a guide dog user longer than I was a cane user, much longer. I used a cane for 5 years and I've had a guide dog for 15. So for me, like using the cane is just so foreign and I find it really hard. And I just admire people who are full-time cane users because it's really hard for me. And I just find it gets stuck on everything. I'm hitting stuff. I feel like I'm literally like playing bumper cars with life. Like I'm just hitting stuff and like my guide dog just like follows my mom or like finds the person I'm looking for me, finds the thing that I want for me. I'm just like, find the chair, find the door, find mom, or like find grandma, like, and he does. And then with the cane, I'm just like a lost soul in the world. Like if my mom starts walking ahead, I lose her because the airport was so busy. It was so loud. All my senses were like going crazy. I feel super discouraged about it, to be honest. And like, I know it's day one and it was a pretty hectic day one because, you know, like it was at a busy airport and traveling to a place I've never been to before, but still, I know it's going to take a while to get used to it. I think the other thing is like when I retired Gallup, I was mentally prepared to start using a cane, whereas this was unexpected. So I didn't have time to like mentally prep myself that I was going to be using a cane for the next little while. I think I've come to realize, and I was talking about this with a blind friend of mine the other day who's a cane user, and she's very happy as a cane user, and we were chatting back and forth. She briefly used a guide dog, but not for very long. I was saying, I feel like a guide dog is more work for me, but a cane is more effort. So like the guide dog takes more work. You've got to feed it. You've got to make sure it has water. You've got to take it to the vet. You've got to take it on walks, even if you want to just spend all day on a Sunday laying in bed. You've got to buy it toys and, you know, like play with it. And that's like arguably more work. But the cane is like so much effort. Like I have to pay so much attention to everything. I feel like I'm so much slower. I'm so much less myself. And it's just really, I don't know, it's just really discouraging. So I don't know, I'm feeling like a little low about it. But I know it's temporary and I will be a guide dog user once again. It's just, it's hard. And, you know, I was watching TikTok while I was waiting for my lunch, and I was like thinking about just like how frustrating the entire experience was using my cane this morning, how lost I felt, how confused I felt, how slow I felt, how frankly like incapable that I felt. And again, this is because I'm not a cane user. Like, I don't use it regularly, so it's really a foreign thing for me, even though I like know the how to do things, use it in practice, right? It's like knowing French and then trying to speak French. If you learned French 15 years ago and then you've barely used it in those 15 years, you've like sporadically used it sometimes, and then you have to randomly dive headfirst into speaking fluent French with everyone around you, you're gonna feel like, oh shoot, even though I know this language, I feel very uncomfortable using it. Like, that's how I feel. It feels really foreign to me. And so I was thinking about that, and then this TikTok comes onto my page, and it's this blind girl I follow. I'm so bad, I never know TikTokers' names because the phone like reads the handle as like one word. Do my other blind screen reader users feel the same on TikTok? Like, I never know people's names on TikTok because the usernames, instead of being like two names with a space in between that my phone could actually read. Anyways, so I wish whenever I shout these blind TikTokers out, I wish I could like tell you guys who it is, but maybe somebody in the comments can say it. But she's like I think like a life skills teacher for the blind, and she's blind herself, though I think she has some vision. Anyways, she is a full-time cane user at the moment. She was doing a vlog like through the airport, and she got herself like from check-in to the gate with zero help from anybody, just with her cane. And it made me feel really incapable. It made me feel like so bad about myself. And then like I had to check myself and remind myself of the same thing that I always try to remind you guys of, which is that we're all different, unique humans. And I have friends who are sighted that get anxiety at the airport, get confused, get lost, get frustrated. And I have friends that travel like champs and it's no problem and they love it. And so just because she can do something doesn't mean I can. And that I should hold myself to that standard or feel like I am less than, because that's something that I struggle with more than her. And I have to remind myself that her circumstances are very different. She has more sight than me. She is a full-time cane user. I am not. I don't know, maybe like that person has had stable vision their whole life, whereas I have had decreasing vision my whole life. Like, you know, our circumstances are just different. Our skill sets are just different. And maybe there's some things that I'm super confident doing that they may not be. And so I just want to say that it's like a constant journey. Internalized ableism is very real. Guilt and shame that we feel as blind people or disabled people is very real. Even though I preach these things, I still constantly have to put them into practice for myself as well. And that's okay. I feel like it's getting rapidly darker. Is it? Or is it just me? No. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I am crazy. That's fact, but
Yeah, I haven't noticed as much, but you're better with light than I am.
when it's all you got, you know. Yeah, so that's how I'm feeling. I am feeling a bit low, but I am meeting up with some cool blind chicks in Portland tonight for dinner, and I am so excited. I have not met any of them. Like I said, they are just virtual friends to me right now. I have watched two of them for years. And years and years and years. So I can't wait, and I feel like you guys are going to be excited about this too. One of the four of us doesn't do social media, but three of us do. We're all guide dog users. All of us are guide dog users, but currently we're all using canes, which I think is so funny. Like the fact that we're all traditionally guide dog users, but using our canes. What are the chances? So we're kind of all in it together. We're all out of our elements with our canes again, so I feel like maybe that'll make me feel better, that I'm like gonna be with some, I feel like I would feel extra sad if all of them had their guide dogs. Anyways, that's like the update. That's my little rant. That's where I'm at. That's how I'm feeling. Overall, all things considered, I think I'm doing pretty well, but I am not doing great. So that's me. I'm gonna finish my makeup and then we're gonna maybe hit the town. If there's one thing that can lift Molly Burke's spirits, it's shopping. Makeup is done. It is like 4 o'clock now. I'm finally done all my work. We've gotten ready and we're meeting at 6:30, but my mom and I are just gonna go like explore some cute little, I don't know. We'll see what we end up finding. Cane in hand. Also, does anybody know what this is? It's like a random plastic piece on the end of my elastic on my cane handle, and I've never had a cane with that before, so that's confusing and I really don't like it, but it's fine. So I've got my Prada bag that I am just so obsessed with. It's like my everyday bag. I have my puffer vest. I have this outfit. It's actually a 3-piece outfit. I like to think it's like sweatpants but elevated because I feel like I'm in sweatpants, but I look like I put more effort in. It's this, what color would you call it, Mom?
Kind of a light brown.
It's a light brown knit sweater, and then it has these like wide-legged knit pants, and then it actually has like a little knit tank top that goes with it under the sweater, so the outfit still matches even if I take the sweater off. And then I have the matching Prada loafers to the shoes. The loafers are the shoes, Molly, to the bag. I haven't had a nap. Now, this is not a Portland problem, but it is an us being unprepared problem.
We don't know where we are.
We don't know where we are. We don't know what the hell we're looking for. All I'm really after is like cute, like shops and restaurants and cafes, like a cute little strip. And I know it exists. We just have not found it, and instead we are in a nice industrial landscape. So, watch out for frogs. It is an industrial neighborhood. Okay, so we're actually just honestly giving up. It's an hour before we're meeting for dinner, so we're just gonna go to the restaurant and grab a pre-game drink, like good Irish gals do. It is raining. I admit the puffer vest is like probably a little bit of an overkill for June 9th. It's a little humid, but it's raining, so I needed, you know, something waterproof. Also, I do think it's important to note that I smacked a kid at the airport.
You did not.
Remember?
Kind of. Oh, the little kid on the little, oh, it was so cute, the little suitcase being pulled along by its mom was about 3. And then I heard smash.
That was me.
And the mom was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, we're sorry.
Yeah, the mom was so embarrassed, and I was like, don't worry, I'm the one who smacked your child on the suitcase. It was a fun time to be reunited. Okay, so this was the right choice. I've got a cocktail in hand called the Golden Bee. Hello, it was made for me. Also, it's gin-based, which is my favorite alcohol, so doubly made for me, and it is good, my friend. Nowhere pours a strong drink like Ireland and the US, okay? 2 good strong drinks right there. And then we're having a plate of Spanish cheeses. There's a goat's cheese and a cow's cheese, and there is a Oregon strawberry compote. So we're very excited, and we are sitting outside in the rain, but we're covered, so you can hear like the dribbly drops, and it's so beautiful. And literally as of 2 days ago, it was a greenhouse, so it's really nice. And we're sitting at a table for 9, so we do look like we've been stood up and are very lonely, but
the rain is falling, and it's a beautiful sound,
yes,
isn't it, Molly?
it is such a nice sound.
I love it.
It's very relaxing. I'm so glad we're outside. I love being outside at all times because it's not as loud as being inside.
Feels like we're at a cottage.
It does. Oh my God.
Ignore the parking lot, but like if you but look at all those beautiful plants, like it's gorgeous.
I had something riveting to say, but it's not. It was super interesting though, I do assure you. So I'm so sorry to not be able to share with you. Oh, I know what it was.
I'm eating. If you're gonna keep
one of my blind gals, by the way, try to comment down below, guess who you think I'm gonna meet, because I'm not showing you in this video, friends. Nay, we're going to part 2 in the next video. But try to guess. If you follow any of us on social media, you probably have already seen us, because Lord knows we're probably not going to be able to keep contained on like Instagram and TikTok stories.
But you're crunch, that's Mama be eating.
But yeah, try to guess who you think I'm meeting up with. But one of the blind gals texted me, she's like, just confirming you have the address and you're going to meet us there at 6:30. And I was like, funny story, I'm already here with a cocktail in hand, so. You guys know gift giving is my love language, so you know I had to bring gifts. I brought 4 gifts. There's 3 of us. No, I brought 4 gifts. There's 4 of us blind girls. I obviously didn't get myself a gift. So I got 3 gifts for the blind gals, and then I got 1 gift for the sighted gal that's driving us around. So this is the sighted gals, because you won't know her name. I have my mom wrote them on the bag, so we give the right gifts to the right people. And so it is a David's tea bag. I got them like a bunch of my favorite things. What's the bag say again, Mom?
Save a bee with David's tea.
Obviously. So stinking cute. So they each have this bag. And then inside there's a bunch of like David's teas, like assorted flavors, in like little tea sachets. So a bunch of my favorite flavors, and it's like not loose leaf, it's in a bag, so in case they don't have stickers. And then I got them Purdy's chocolates. These ones are one of my all-time favorites. Oh. It is the like toffee. Trader Joe's has a great knockoff of this though, so they're both amazing. Trader Joe's or Purdy's, whatever you can get your hands on. It's chocolate, toffee, and nuts. Amazing.
Amazing.
And then, you know, a little sprinkle of Canada. Actually, everything in here is Canadian. I tried to make it like Canada vibes, because not everybody's from this country. That's a little hint. One person, well, 2 of the blind gals are from America, and one of them is from somewhere else. So I got them Roots mints, and it's the classic like salt and pepper that Roots does. And then I got each of them a MAC lipstick, because MAC is a Canadian brand. It was started in Toronto, and I got them each a different color. And I showed the girl like photos of them from their social media and was like, I can't see and neither can they, so please pick colors that are like match their skin tone and will look good on them. And then we narrowed it down by the name. So one of them like just had a total blow up on social media, so I got her one called Local Celeb, and it's the same color as her hair, so it's like perfect. One of them, I'm allowed to say this because she talks about it, just got her boobs done, so I got her one called Kinda Sexy, and I can't remember what the other ones are called, but anyways, so exciting. Okay, you guys, they're coming, they're almost here. I'm gonna meet my friend.
Coming up in the next video.
Say I'm an extrovert, I love making new friends.
Is it fun to meet you?
Hi, nice to meet you. So nice to meet you. I love that way to say hi. Oh, there it is! There